A part of the reason why we think we're better than everybody else is because we think that human beings are somewhat separate from nature, are somehow a separate entity from nature. When we think of nature, we think no humans.
Get up, everybody move.
What's going on, everybody? Soul Expression here, your freedom lifestyle coach, and I want to talk to you today about some unhealthy habits that I've seen and some healthy habits that I've seen as well. Hopefully the wind and everything cooperates with me today. Every now and then it doesn't. So let's just see how it goes. Shouting for silence or screaming for silence, you know, it's like fighting for peace. Fighting for peace is like shouting for silence. It's like forcing yourself to be calm. It's like fighting fire with fire. Everybody gets burned. There's a lot of people that are very angry at how nonchalant the President of the United States is being, at how nonchalant some groups of people are also being when it comes to their expression of how they are responding to COVID-19 and everything that's going on. And some of them are expressing outwardly the message, I'm not afraid and you shouldn't be afraid either. And some of them are just living their life. Some of them are not concerned one way or the other if they are afraid or if they're not. And it's not them that I really want to address, but actually us few, or us, I guess majority, what it seems like, that are trying to follow the new rules, follow the rules of stay at home and self-quarantine and 6 feet away from everybody and all of the rules that we're given, who are looking to these people with contempt, who are looking at these people and saying, you're going to make everybody else sick. You're going to spread the virus. When, one, we don't know that. That's not... We don't know enough to worry, as I said in yesterday's episode. It's not healthy to assume the worst and then emotionalize that assumption of the worst case scenario. You see, your imagination is the most powerful manifestation tool in the universe. And so your imagination, or the imagination that you receive, because really, it's not your imagination in the sense of your imagination is so much different from mine. There's in truth, there is but one spirit, and we are all separate, or seemingly separate expressions of the one spirit, or the one mind, the one consciousness in the entire existence, multiverse, however big the existence is. There's but one spirit or one mind. Now, when I say mind, I don't mean your conscious attention. I mean the totality of what you think, what you see and sense with your 5 senses, and then what you sense on the inside of your body with your mind's eye, you could say. And also the subconscious, the collective subconscious, which is also called the superconscious, and your own personal subconscious, which helps shape your behaviors, your reactions, the way that you believe life to be, all of these things. Now, the one spirit expresses itself in various ways. It's a big garbage truck going by, so hopefully y'all can hear me. I'll try to speak up. The one spirit expresses itself in so many different ways throughout, especially through human beings, that it's sometimes, I'm kind of waiting for the truck to get by to get my thoughts fully together. All right. So we have these thousands and thousands of expressions, right, of the one spirit. And the one spirit is going to show you the extremes of fear and love, the extremes of faith and courage, the extremes of self-esteem and lack thereof. It's also going to show you all the middle ground, right? All the middle ground, and where you can make an analogy that those of us that are trying to follow the rules, like I said, are somewhat the middle ground. And then there's the extremes of people that are super duper scared and that scare themselves sick using their imagination the wrong way. And there's those that are super duper not scared, who are essentially getting on your nerves and making you very angry, or, well, doing something to where you make yourself very angry at them, and also using your own imagination the wrong way. And so us in the middle have to be careful not to head towards neither extreme. Don't scare yourself sick by being extreme and believing everything that you hear on the TV and all of those things. And then also don't go to the opposite extreme where you're in everybody's face and putting yourself at risk for no reason. You know, a part of the reason why we think we're better than everybody else is because we think that human beings are somewhat separate from nature, are somehow a separate entity from nature. When we think of nature, we think no humans. We think animals, we think butterflies, we think trees, we think plant life and animal life, but we think no human when we say the word nature. Somehow, you know, when I say I'm going out into nature, I'm talking about going out into plant life and bug life and other animals and stuff. But everything that human beings do, from the 1% that seem to be in control of all the evil in the world, to the 99% and beyond, everything is nature. Okay, buildings are just as much nature as trees, and ideas are just as much nature as actually what happens in terms of events and occurrences and instances and moments and these things that really happen. They're just as real. They're just as much in reality, just as much a part of nature as everything else. And so we have to rid our consciousness of the notion that human beings are separate from nature, and see that this coronavirus, whether it's man-made or not, is a part of nature, is nature responding to itself. Okay, there's a self-regulating part of nature, and then there's also a death part of nature, or a self-decaying part of nature, which is natural, which is going to happen. And so sometimes the wave comes in of the decay, and then it recedes back out, just like the tide. And the wave comes in of absolute love and grace and God's grace, and then it recedes, just like the tide. It never, now, of course, grace never truly recedes, never truly lessens or anything, because it's a constant, like change. But that constant is not individualized in any way. It's for all beings in the entire existence, not just on Earth, and not just as it pertains to humans, and not just as it pertains to like a certain country or something. So definitely wanted to just send this message today, and hopefully it hits you in the right place. You know, hopefully all the distractions with the trucks and things were ignored, and bless you through this tough time. I'm with you. Try not to fall victim to going to the extreme of being so mad that people are just expressing their own freedom, and or being so scared that you don't express your own freedom. And meet me in the middle, and I'll be here waiting with open arms, or the Wakanda X, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace and love. So if you're new to Ufulu Child, make sure you subscribe to get more mind mastery content dropped straight into your YouTube feed. If you enjoyed today's episode of Get Your Mind Right, let me know by clicking that like button, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video. Peace and love.